All right, so that's just one of the top stories that we have for you this morning. But also, like I mentioned in our coverage this morning, we're looking at the responses deadline, which is today, and the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, its chairman and President Uhuru Kenyatta have until the close of business today to file their responses to NASA flag bearer Raila Odinga's petition at the Supreme Court. Now, Raila, in the 25,000-page presidential petition, accuses the electoral agency of manipulating votes in favor of Uhuru and denying him the win. The Supreme Court registry will, as it did on the last day for filing petitions, remain open until midnight. IEBC Chief Executive Officer Ezra Chiloba on Tuesday gave the assurance that their legal team would be complying with the set timelines after having already turned over to the court all the originals of the presidential election result forms. All right, so like I mentioned, today marks the last day that all the teams, of course, President Uhuru Kenyatta, IEBC and Wafula Chebukati have to respond to NASA's claims. We'll be having a conversation about that here in studio with lawyers Duncan Okach and Murigi Kamande. That's going to be happening shortly. But just moving on to another new twist, and the independent presidential candidate, Professor Michael Wainaina, has applied to be enjoined in the petition. Through lawyer Harrison Kinyanjui, he says he will be sharing with the court his experience as an independent candidate. Wainaina, who got 13,257 votes, will be opposing the Raila Odinga petition. He says he will be articulating his faith in the IEBC to conduct credible elections. So I want us to have a conversation with my colleague Rita Tinina just to put everything in context. Remember, today is the last day that the respondents can actually just file their responses to the petition that has been put across by NASA. Rita, thank you very much for joining us. She's joining us from our City Center studio. So